What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of What is Health, and today, my tips for starting keto. Alright guys, what's going on? It's been a while since I've told you how you're doing keto wrong, so I thought I'd jump on and make a video. No, I'm kidding. But I do want to talk about some simple tips to get started. I know there's a lot of noise out there, and I know there's probably people that find my videos first occasionally, and I thought it'd be good to give y'all a tip video on how to get started. I will preference that down below there is a link for a free 5-step PDF to starting keto if you sign up for our True Nutrition newsletter. You also can go on my website, the link's down below as well, to the What is Keto page. We have a list of food and 4 easy rules to start a ketogenic diet. So there's a lot of content out there, specifically from my perspective and my opinion on things, or at least the True Nutrition opinion on things at the Keto Road here. And so I kind of want to go through them though in a video format and kind of give you some context into what I think is best in my personal opinion. So first things first is fatty meats. I think oftentimes fat is underplayed. We see this idea of fat as a lever. And while, yes, you should lower calories overall to be in a caloric deficit, and lowering your fat is a great way to do that because it's so calorically dense, we have to understand that some dietary fat is needed. Your body does know the difference between dietary fat and body fat, and if it feels like it's tapping into too much body fat, it will downregulate hormones in other systems to bog you down, to make you not be as active, to conserve energy, right? It's going to make you feel tired. It's going to make you feel lethargic. It's going to make this keto journey a lot harder than it needs to be, especially when you're transitioning from a carb-based diet. So make sure that you're getting in enough fats. 75% fat is a great place to start. Easy way to do that is to get your calories and literally pull out a calculator and go put your calories in the calculator and then go multiply 0.75, then divide by 9. And that number is going to be the grams of fat you should try to hit every day. Super easy to do. Super easy to do. All right. So that's the big one when it comes to fats. Also, stick to the healthy fats. Don't do the dirty keto thing and start eating soybean oil and canola oil. Those things can aid in insulin resistance. They can aid in blood sugar dysregulation. They can aid in inflammation, which all of that is going to make it much harder for you to transition. It can cause cravings again, all kinds of things that can happen. So let's try to keep this clean. Stick to healthy fats, things like avocado oil, olive oil, coconut oil. You can do some sesame oil, some walnut oil. Animal fats, mainly beef, if it's going to be grain-fed, because it's at least a little bit better than other grain-fed animals. But other ones, you want to make sure that they're raised humanely, no antibiotics, no hormones, things like that. But make sure you're getting in those healthy fats, and again, 75% fat. Tip 2 is get in your protein. Do not be scared of protein. A lot of people fear protein on a ketogenic diet, and you really should not fear protein on a ketogenic diet. I say roughly 20% of your calories should come from protein at minimum. So a great way to do that, again, is take your calories, times it by 0.2, divide by 4. That's your protein amount. That's what you should hit. You shouldn't go under that amount. In fact, feel free to go a little bit over that amount. I don't even mind if you take some of your carbs away to hit a higher protein count. Protein is not the enemy. We obviously don't want to overstep it because gluconeogenesis, while it is demand driven, if we put our body in a position where you're not eating a lot of fat and you're eating a lot of protein, well, your body's going to start turning that protein into sugar because it would rather go through that process than take all of its stores away. So that becomes a demand driven environment, right? So we want to make sure that we're giving our body enough protein, but not too much protein. So just that 20% of your calories coming from protein is good. And a good rule of thumb is no human should ever eat under 1,400 calories. That's the caloric amount of a 4-year-old. There is very few people that should be able to survive on that little. So if you're eating less than that already, you should bump that up. That way your protein and your fat both go up. And it might mean that you don't lose weight as fast, but it's going to make you feel better overall. Which actually leads me into my third one, which is don't eat too little. Way too many people fast, shorten their window, and they eat nothing, and they lose so much weight at first, and then they get really focused on that weight loss, and then their body starts to adapt, their hormones start to adapt, and all of a sudden they can't lose weight like they were losing, and you start freaking out. And the reason is because something called metabolic adaptation, which is where your body will downregulate hormones to meet you where you're at. We do not want that to happen. So my advice would be find out what your maintenance calorie is. There's plenty of calculators out there. Great way to do it, take your weight, times it by 10. Take your weight, times it by 10. 10 calories per pound for your body to survive every day. It's a great reference point. We can get into activity and activity multipliers at some point, but for right now, that's a good gesture. Just times 10. What is your weight times 10? Okay, now eat about 300 calories less than that. That's where you should start. 250, 300 calories less than that. Put yourself in about 300 calorie deficit. That's going to be roughly a little bit over a half a pound of fat should be lost a week. Sorry. Basically, it should put you in a 2,100 calorie deficit, which if a pound of fat is 3,500 to 4,000, then we're looking at about half a pound of fat a week. So just slowly go into the deficit. Don't just take drastic cuts. I understand we want to get the weight off fast, but people that get weight off fast tend to put it back on fast. We want a sustained weight loss so that we can have a sustained weight hold when we get down to the goal weight. Far too often do I see people drop calories way too extreme, and then they literally rebound hard and they gain all the weight, if not more, back because they're cutting calories too fast and their body rebounds really hard and tries to soak that food back up. So definitely be cautious on how fast you lower calories. Number 4, track total carbs. Again, this is my personal opinion. I know there's a lot of net carbers out there. Bite me. But I really feel like we should control the amount of sugar, alcohols, and fiber eating. Not necessarily because they impact us calorically, and they do sometimes. And we can definitely have another video about that if you want to see that. Put it in the comment section. But from a just impact physiologically, right? Sugar alcohols can impact our gut. They can pull water into our colon. Fiber can pull water into our colon. It can impact our gut. It can also be digested and turned into sugar depending on how your gut microbiome colonies are. Like some people eat corn fiber, nothing happens. Some people eat corn fiber and it spikes like they just ate sugar. Because at the end of the day, when fiber is broken down and it is actually ripped apart, which is hard for your body to do, but if it is a carbohydrate, it is a sugar. So those are things to keep in mind. And so for me, I find I would rather you have 50 grams total carbs a day than 20 net, honestly, because at least you're controlling for it. I do not know a single person that I've worked with as a client that has come to me eating 2,000 calories a day, 75% fat, 20% protein, 5% carbs, but those 5% carbs are net carbs. We literally don't touch their fat or protein. We simply change their net to total, which theoretically shouldn't change anything. Why? Because the carbs that aren't net shouldn't be counted. They shouldn't even impact your weight. But yet, for some reason, I do that and they break weight loss plateaus every single time. So, track total carbs. Tip number 5. Get active. You don't have to go in there and do deadlifts. So I was talking to a friend the other day, and they're like, "But I don't want to go run 3 miles. I don't know if I'm ready to get back where I was." I'm like, "You don't have to. Just go for a walk." A walk is such a powerful tool for weight loss and for health. It's great for flushing the lymphatic system. It's great for detoxifying. It's great for stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system, for allowing you to rest and relax and recover. It's great for blood flow. It's great for cardiovascular health. It's great for burning fat as fuel. It's a very lipogenic exercise. Walking is an amazing thing. Just start walking. Go for a 15, 20-minute walk a day. Get into the habit of doing something physically active every single day. And, then get into the gym. I wouldn't recommend doing the gym every day. Make sure you give your body rest days because you don't build muscle in the gym. You build it while you're sleeping and while you're recovering. So be wary of that. But be active, guys. Don't just sit on the couch and do nothing. Go for a walk. Go for a bike ride. Do something. Stand in the kitchen. Meal prep. But meal prep like on your feet. Move, move, move. Be active. Your body was meant to move. So move and embrace that truth. And I think that will definitely help and benefit you on your journey. So yeah, guys, those are my 5 top tips for starting a ketogenic diet. I hope they make sense. I hope that you found value in this. I hope you took notes. I hope you're able to apply it and start a ketogenic diet. If you have any questions, my email will be in the description below. You can find me on Instagram. Description will be it'll be in the description below. And I love DMs. I love talking to you guys. If you guys are not on Clubhouse yet, you're gonna have to get on your iOS and get on Clubhouse. If you need an invite, DM me on Instagram with your phone number and I will send you an invite. I got a couple. So Clubhouse is somewhere where I've been doing a lot of teaching and a lot of talking. I've been doing these keto mindset maker programs and things like that where I kind of walk people through coaching but in a broader audience, and it's free. So come get your tips, things like that. All right, guys. So I appreciate y'all so much. I appreciate you enjoying this video. If you like it, please click the subscribe button, hit the like button, share this with somebody you think that asks about keto that really think will benefit from it and help them getting started. All right, guys, I love y'all so much. I will see y'all in the next video. Peace out. Boy.